This is 65. I spent 40 years certain I would die young. I was terrified. I'm 65 today. And the strangest thing happened on the way here. The fear didn't get worse as the end got closer, it actually disappeared. When I was young, that fear was intense. I honestly thought I wouldn't make it past 25. The terror followed me into my 30s and 40s. I expected to die before I really lived. Then something shifted as I blew past 25, then 30, then decade after that. The fear didn't intensify. The closer I came to the actual end, the less I feared it. 4 decades now past that original deadline, I can tell you that transformation is real. It came through spiritual work, through asking what consciousness actually is, and coming to understand that we're not just bodies bound for the grave. It came through loss, through Shayna, through years of looking at the evidence around near death experiences and what waits beyond. That evidence changed me at the level of experience, not just ideas. So here I am. Just like that, on every survey, I'm in the highest category for the rest of my life. I'm 64 plus. The body doesn't work the way it used to. I've got blood pressure issues, kidney concerns, prostate concerns, all the things that come with being elderly, though elderly still doesn't feel like it's me. Now, I drafted this article this morning on my walk, talking it out mile after mile. I love that technology allows me to do that. I can listen to books while I'm on my walk. I can take in a podcast. I love the fact that I live in a time when I can experience these things. I mark the day by adding to my route. My usual walk is 6 miles. Today, I threw in an extra half mile so I could log 1 mile for every decade I've been here. That's how 65 feels to me. It's not a finish line, it's a reason to go a little further. Here's what I've come to believe: the body breaking down isn't a bug, it's a feature. We're not supposed to be here forever. Earth is a temporary home, and I believe the aging process exists to keep reminding us of that. Why else would our bodies lose hair where we want it to grow hair where we don't want it to grow, wrinkle, and grow that paunch that we're always trying to get rid of? Time is precious and limited. The body's slow breakdown is actually a mercy, a constant nudge towards presence, toward intention, toward paying attention to what matters. That doesn't mean I want to suffer, and it doesn't mean I'm ready to leave. The truth is, I love being here at this time on earth. I've seen amazing things in 65 years, and I want to see more. I've had an amazing ride, and there's still time left. The steaks and scallops I enjoyed on Memorial Day yesterday were still delicious. The week I just spent in Myrtle Beach with my daughter and her fiance and my wife was still joyful. Knowing this isn't forever doesn't pull me out of it, but it does change something. People talk about Earth as a school, as a gym, as a place where you come to learn, and I think that's true. The thing is, spiritual muscle doesn't grow in a cave. Ironically, after writing this on my walk this morning, I returned to my desk and realized I had a podcast interview with a monk who renounced her vows and returned to the world to share a much needed message. Meditating in isolation, reaching for transcendence, that's beautiful. It's just not what I'm here for. I'm here to get involved in all the junk. My dog Stevie is aging just like I am, and she's having health issues too. I have to set up an appointment for her. I'm dealing with a podcast deadline and 2 interviews on my birthday. I'm here to reach for something deeper while I'm standing in the middle of the ordinary and the difficult. That's harder than enlightenment and solitude, and it's probably more the point. The body keeps reminding me of what I already know spiritually. We're not just flesh and circumstance, we're consciousness having a temporary human experience. The work that actually grows us isn't escaping that tension, it's learning to fly spiritually right in the middle of it. Natalie Sudman said that to be in a human body is like being a fighter pilot flying 50 feet off the deck through a box canyon. This isn't for the faint of heart. This is what 65 has taught me. I'm grateful for the time I've had, and I'm committed to being as productive as I can for as long as I can. Not because I'm afraid of aging, but because presence and purpose are the same thing. They happen now while I'm still here. The checkbox that says 65 plus doesn't define me, but it does make something clear. The spiritual life isn't somewhere else. It's here in the mess, learning to love it anyway. Father Time, you may be coming for me, but I'm not going to slow down for you. And that fear I carried for 40 years, it's gone. What took its place is steadier and quieter. I know that death is a doorway, not an ending. Once you know that, you walk through your days differently.